You wake up, and before your feet even touch the floor, the world begins pulling at you. A message, a headline, a memory, and in a split second, your heart races, your jaw tightens, your mind reacts. But the Stoics, they whisper something different, something timeless. They say, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you'll find strength. Marcus Aurelius. And in those few words is the difference between chaos and calm, between living as a prisoner of your emotions or becoming the master of them. 1. The gap between stimulus and response. There is a sacred pause, a moment so small most never see it, between what happens to you and what you choose to do. Someone insults you, someone disappoints you. Life doesn't go the way you imagined, but in that pause, you are free. Free to respond with reason, free to break the chains of reactivity. Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Train your mind to slow down, to breathe, to see the moment, not rush through it. For when you master the pause, you master yourself. 2. Emotions are messengers, not masters. We are not stone. Even the Stoics felt grief, loss, anger, joy. But they did not let those emotions drive the chariot of their life. Feel them, but don't follow them blindly. Marcus Aurelius faced a trail, war, death, and yet he wrote every morning, today, I will meet people who are rude, selfish, deceitful, but they are just mistaken. I will not let them make me like them. This is the Stoic way, to feel the fire, but not be burned by it. 3. Reaction is instinct. Response is training. The wolf reacts, the snake strikes, but the wise human responds, because response is not weakness. It is strength under control. It is the discipline of a trained mind. Seneca said, no man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself. Reacting is easy. Anyone can yell, anyone can blame, but to sit still in the storm, to speak with clarity when the world is shouting, that is rare. That is Stoic. 4. You don't control events, only your mind. Someone cuts you off in traffic. Your project fails. A loved one doesn't understand you. And your first instinct is to control the world, to change the people, to bend reality. But the Stoics remind you, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Seneca, most of your pain is not from the event itself, but from your interpretation of it. Let go of what you cannot hold. Focus on what is yours, your reasoned choice. Because peace doesn't come when everything is perfect. It comes when you stop needing it to be. 5. Emotional control is a daily practice. You don't become stoic in a single sunrise. It is a practice, a discipline, a lifelong sharpening of the soul. Meditation, journaling, reflection. Every morning, Marcus Aurelius wrote reminders to himself, not to the world, because he knew, without practice, the mind forgets. Just as the body weakens without movement, the soul forgets its strength without reflection. So ask yourself each day, am I reacting out of fear or responding from wisdom? 6. Detach from the outcome, attach to the process. You try your best, but the world does not always reward effort. Sometimes you fail. Sometimes people misunderstand. But what is the Stoic response? To do your duty, to give your full effort, and release the result. Do not aim to be the best. Aim to do your best. Epictetus. Because when you attach your identity to outcomes, you make your peace conditional. But when you pour yourself fully into the process, with no craving, no clinging, you are free, no matter what comes. 7. Let the insult pass through you. What if you didn't have to respond to every offense? What if you could simply observe and move on? That is not weakness. It is power. Marcus Aurelius said, choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. You are not obligated to feel every sting. You are not required to carry every slight. Let the noise pass through you. Let the fire burn without touching your skin. Silence is a response. Calm is a weapon. 8. Practice the art of negative visualization. Imagine losing what you have, your health, your time, your loved ones. This is not morbid. This is awakening. The Stoics called it premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of misfortune, because when you see what could go wrong, you stop taking what is right for granted. And when adversity comes, you are not surprised. You are ready. The mind trained in Stoicism expects difficulty, and it does not shatter when difficulty arrives. 9. Be a mirror, not a sponge. The reactive person absorbs energy, anger, drama, noise. They carry the moods of others like heavy luggage. But the Stoic reflects. They don't absorb chaos, they observe it and reflect back calm. If someone does wrong, that is their burden. Your burden is how you respond. Marcus Aurelius, let others rage. Let others fall into the spiral. You remain grounded. A mirror, not a sponge. 10. Respond with purpose, not emotion. In every moment, ask yourself, what is the wise response here? What would the best version of me do? Not the fastest response, not the most emotionally satisfying one, but the right one. You are not your anger. You are not your fear. You are the awareness behind them, the calm observer within the storm. Respond with clarity. Respond with character. Respond with choice. There's a moment, so small, so silent, that most never hear it. It exists in the space between what happens and what you do next. A look, a word, a disappointment, a surprise, and then a choice. Do you react with the heat of your emotions, or do you respond with the weight of your wisdom? Life will test you. Over and over again, it will throw stones at your peace. It will whisper doubts, provoke your anger, challenge your pride. It will tempt you to yell, to strike, to break, to react. But you are not here to be a slave to what happens. You are here to rise above it, to look into the fire and say, I will not burn, to stand calmly while the world trembles and say, this storm will not shake me, because reaction is easy. It's quick, it's emotional, it's animal, but response is strength. Response is conscious, it's powerful, it's human, and the Stoics knew this well. They taught, you don't control the world, but you always control yourself. You don't own what others do or what fate brings to your door, but you own what you become in the face of it. Every day, life will offer you the chance to break your character or build it. It's in the small things, the rude driver, the slow cashier, the partner who says the wrong thing, and in the big things, the failures, the losses, the heartbreaks you never expected. And in each of these moments, your mind wants to explode. It wants to defend itself, to strike back. It wants to react. But you are not your first emotion. You are not the surge of anger or the flood of fear. You are the stillness underneath, the awareness that watches, the soul that can choose. Yes, choose, because there is always a choice. Even when everything feels out of control, your response belongs to you. That's the beginning of freedom. That's where power lives. That's where Stoicism begins to breathe. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire. He faced betrayals, plagues, and war. And yet each morning, he sat alone with his journal and wrote, today I will meet people who are selfish, rude, and wrong, but I will not let them steal my peace. I will not let their darkness become mine. He didn't say this because he was cold. He said it because he was warm enough to not let the world freeze him. That's the power of response. It's not cold. It's not passive. It's not ignoring pain. It's transforming it. The Stoics weren't emotionless. They felt deeply, but they didn't let emotions drive them. They let emotions teach them. They saw anger as a signal, fear as a warning, grief as a teacher, but they never handed the steering wheel to any of them. They trained the mind like a warrior trains a sword. Every day they sharpened it, through writing, through reflection, through remembering what truly matters. Because a weak mind reacts, a strong mind pauses. It breathes, it observes, it responds with purpose, not impulse. So when the chaos comes, and it will come, you look it in the eye and say, I will not give you my peace. I will not give you my clarity. I will choose how I show up, not you. Let people misunderstand you. Let them insult you. Let the world throw its waves. You stay anchored because you've trained for this. You prepared for this. You built the kind of mind that cannot be broken by noise. Not every insult deserves a response. Not every situation needs your reaction. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is nothing, not because you are weak, but because you are wise. They may shout, you stay silent. They may push, you remain still. They may expect you to crumble, and instead you glow because you are fire under control. You are still water with depth. You are calm not because life is easy, but because you have made peace your default. And when things don't go your way, when the outcomes slip through your fingers, you don't lose your identity. You don't scream at fate. You simply whisper, I did my best. The rest was never mine to hold. That is the art of response. Letting go of what is not yours and clinging to what is your choices, your character, your soul. You don't need to react to every event. You don't need to carry every emotion. You don't need to let the world decide who you are. You are the captain of your mind, the guardian of your peace, the architect of your response. And that is a power no one can take from you. So when the next storm comes, and it will come, pause, breathe, remember, you are not a slave to anger. You are not a prisoner of fear. You are not the sum of what has happened to you. You are your response. Musical note, music swells, soft piano and strings. Let that be your mantra. Let it guide your mornings. Let it heal your nights. Train your mind, not to react, but to respond with grace, with power, with peace. That is the Stoic way. So now you know the real battle is not outside of you. It's not the people, the failures, the chaos, or the setbacks. The real battle is within, between your first impulse and your higher self, between the urge to react and the strength to respond. And every moment life challenges you, you are given a gift, a chance to become stronger, calmer, wiser, a chance to rise above the noise and meet life like a warrior of peace. You are not here to be easily shaken. You are not here to mirror the chaos. You are here to lead with clarity, to answer with wisdom, to live with power, the quiet kind, the unshakable kind, the Stoic kind. Let others rage. Let others fall into drama, distraction, and emotional storms. But you remain rooted, not because life is easy, but because you've trained your mind to be stronger than the storm. This is your time to stop reacting, to start responding, to live by choice, not chance, by virtue, not impulse. Train your mind every day. Sharpen your awareness. Stand guard at the door of your peace. Because when you master your response, you master your life.